This is KVUE News Daybreak.
Greg Kelly, a Christian man. I'm an innocent man.
The interview with a man convicted for sexually assaulting a 4-year-old. New information in his case could set him free. What he's saying about his time in prison and his hope for the future.
Families on edge in one local central Texas city this morning. What the Del Valley Police Department is saying about a number of unsolved murders.
And President Donald Trump expected to make a big announcement today on the Paris Climate Change Agreement, what his decision could mean for the United States. Good morning to you, and thank you for joining us for KVUE News Daybreak at 5 a.m. I'm Brian Mace.
And I'm Yvonne Nava. It is Thursday, June 1st. So we made it to June. Let's get a look at what we're tracking with Storm Team Meteorologist Erica Lopez. It feels stifling out there, just kind of suffocating.
Just kind of suffocating.
Yeah.
Well, that's the humidity in the atmosphere. And yeah, speaking of June 1st, technically today is the first day of meteorological summer, where we have our summer months as June, July, and August. So happy meteorological summer to you guys. We're waking up to, yes, a lot of humidity, but no rain showers right now for the majority of our viewing area. Just a little sprinkles for our eastern counties. The majority of the rain is further to the east of us, where some storms overnight north and east of Houston, just north of our viewing area, also across the Dallas area. So Austin, we're in the clear. Pretty lucky compared to our friends just to the north and east of us. Live look outside. Cloudy start to our morning. Humidity is on the high side. This is how Yvonne would describe it, like you're suffocating outside. This is the reason for that. Dew points in the 60s, upper 60s, and temperatures about 68 and 66 degrees right now. How's today going to play out? Well, we're calling it a 40% chance of rain shower activity. A light southeast wind at 5 miles an hour will lessen those rain chances overnight, but keep in mind a spotty shower is possible for your morning commute. And speaking of your morning commute, Anna Reyes has the latest on traffic this morning.
Thank you, Erica. Good morning. Well, this is a live look at Mopac at 35th Street. You can see traffic is moving quite nicely. The roads are opened and clear, and that's the same story for the Austin metro area. We're giving you the green light this morning. No major crashes to report on, so drive safely if you're hitting the roads this morning. This is a look at your drive times. 183 southbound, 45 to Mopac, a 7-minute commute, and green light, 11 minutes, 45 to I-35. Yvonne, Brian, back to you.
Thank you, Anavid. All new this morning. Police investigating a shooting in North Austin that sent one man to the hospital. This happened just before 1 a.m. on Shag Bark Trail and Shady View Drive out near West Palmer Lane. According to Austin Travis County EMS, a man in his 20s was taken to the hospital, is in surgery, or was at the time. No update right now on his condition. Officers say there's not a lot of information at this time, but the man was the only person hurt.
I've become really excited.
Rally tonight demanding a once promising Leander High School football star be released from prison. Greg Kelly is currently serving a 25-year prison sentence after being convicted of sexually assaulting a 4-year-old boy. KVUE's Tony Plahetsky went to Huntsville to talk to Kelly after news last week that the Texas Rangers are investigating whether someone else might have committed the crime.
And we get to visit just like this, right over there.
Greg Kelly is a man consumed with thoughts of the outside world.
I've become really excited because my hope is skyrocketed on going home before I'm 44. I've got my faith and my hope in something that's greater than me, that the truth will come forward.
That truth, he says, is that a Williamson County jury wrongfully convicted him. 3 years ago, they found that Kelly sexually assaulted a 4-year-old boy. Kelly was staying with his best friend, whose mother owned an in-home daycare at the time. Last week, prosecutors confirmed that the Texas Rangers are now investigating this man, Kelly's best friend, Jonathan McCarty. They say they consider him a suspect.
At first, I truly believed that nothing happened, and I stuck on that for a very long time. As time went on and my private investigation kind of unfolded, I figured out that wasn't the case, and that completely blew my mind.
Since his imprisonment, Kelly says he has spent the days thinking about who he is and who he wants to be.
A Christian man. I'm an innocent man, as in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. I have a desire to do a lot of good in the world. I want to be a husband and a father with Christian morals and principles and values.
But for now, he waits.
I'm just going to let time take its course. And I want to, and someday, we're all going to know the truth here.
That's Tony Plahetsky reporting from Huntsville. Now, a hearing is set for the first weekend in August in Williamson County in District Court. A judge will decide whether to uphold Kelly's conviction, order a new trial, or possibly declare Kelly innocent. Whatever the ruling is, the decision will automatically then go to the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals. Now, tonight's rally calling for his freedom is at the Williamson County Courthouse beginning at 8 p.m.
Well, Child Protective Services is getting a major overhaul, and this comes after Governor Greg Abbott signed 4 bills into law reforming the agency that overlooks CPS. Yesterday, Abbott gave his approval for the bills, revamping how the Department of Family and Protective Services helps children. HB 4 gives a year of financial assistance to low-income families who take in a foster child they're related to. HB 5 makes DFPS a standalone agency reporting directly to the governor. HB 7 reforms court processes and procedures to reunite parents and children faster. And SB 11 includes several changes, from making sure children get medical exams and tracking perpetrators accused of continuous abuse to expanding community-based care, allowing local and religious organizations to place children in homes and manage their cases. All 4 bills go into effect on September 1st.
Today we could find out when Governor Greg Abbott will make an announcement on a special session. The governor addressed the issue yesterday after signing those 4 bills into law. Many think he will call a special session because lawmakers failed to pass a sunset bill to allow the Texas Medical Board to continue operating. There may be a legal fix for that, but Governor Abbott previously said he wanted lawmakers to pass bills related to property tax relief and bathroom privacy. That didn't happen either, so many are waiting to find out what the governor will do. Governor Abbott says right now he's going through hundreds of bills passed by lawmakers, deciding whether to pass or veto them, and he needs to continue that process. 5:06 now, and happening today, President Donald Trump will announce whether the United States will remain part of the Paris Climate Agreement, an initiative to fight climate change. Many consider the agreement part of former President Barack Obama's environmental legacy. Nearly 200 nations joined and agreed to cut carbon emissions. The only countries that have not signed, Syria and Nicaragua. Our president has spoken about reviving the coal industry and slashing environmental protections he believes keep that industry from rebounding.
11 homicides in just 5 months in a small community. Now Del Valley authorities are alerting the public about the heightened violence. KVUE's Corey Coffin joins us this morning in the newsroom. And Corey, investigators believe the deaths could be drug-related.
They do. Yvonne, good morning to you. Del Valley Police and Travis County Sheriff's deputies are warning the public at least 2 of these cases are likely related to drug cartel activity, and more could have ties. Residents gathered to hear an update on those cases last night. The 11 homicides come from 7 incidents total. Authorities have made arrests in 4 of those cases, but 3 are still open. 2 from last September and 1 from January of this year. The department says solving them is its highest priority.
This is what the town hall meeting was all about, to relieve those fears, to tell them that we are taking all of this very seriously and working these crimes.
We owe it to the community to ensure that if there's people out there that are responsible for homicides, that we need to get them locked up and held accountable for what they've done.
Now, on September 8th, 4 people were found dead in a home on Linden Road. About 3 weeks later, the bodies, 2 bodies were found in a yard on Pierce Lane. And then in late October, a body was found burning in a car off Buck Lane. A day later, another body was found lying at the intersection of Wolf Lane and FM 535. And those are just the ones that happened last year, let alone the 3 additional ones that have happened since then. And now we also know that some of these cases are connected, authorities say, but getting the community involved, they say, will help solve these cases. Investigators say they're relying on residents to help them connect the dots. Guys, back to you.
All right, Corey, thank you so much. And take a look at these strong winds tearing through this North Carolina elementary school. Surveillance video captured the moment an EF2 tornado swept through the campus last Wednesday, leaving behind destruction and debris. The students and teachers took shelter indoors while the twister rolled through. No one was hurt. Weather is a powerful being, right? Let's check in with Erica Lopez to see what we have in store. Some rain, possibly.
Yeah, that's right. Some rain for us, and thankfully the eastern half of the nation is now quieting down. This is what it looks like on radar, where they're now just seeing some scattered showers. But the storm reports in the last 24 hours included not only rotation with tornadoes, but also strong damaging winds and some hail reports from central Florida all the way up to the north and eastern parts of the nation. Here's what it looks like for the Lone Star State. The majority of the rain in eastern Texas, north of Dallas and north of our viewing area in Austin. Louisiana continues to see some heavy rain, but all is quiet except for some spotty showers in Fayette County. Other than that, it's a quiet start to your morning as you're heading out the door. Temperature-wise, in the 60s, the lower 60s for Enchanted Rock, 68 currently in Austin, and our eastern counties in the mid to upper 60s. Dew points, I think, is going to be the big story this morning in the mid 60s. So keep that in mind as you're heading out the door today. We're also talking about a 40% chance of some scattered showers throughout the rest of our Thursday, and also weekend rain chances. I'll break down all those details later on this morning in the full forecast. Guys, back to you.
Erica, thank you. Things heating up at NASA. Next summer, officials will send a solar probe to our sun's atmosphere, 7 times closer to the sun than any other spacecraft ever. Scientists will be able to collect data to understand how stars work and monitor and predict solar flares, which impact satellites set to launch from Florida next summer.
Well, still ahead, an out-of-control gun battle.
Crazy new video of the chaos that erupted inside of a North Texas car dealership and what led 2 bounty hunters to the deadly encounter.
And more drama in the air. A plane forced to turn around after a man gets out of hand. What officials say he did that threatened the safety of others.